Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, for one night only, let us cope with AEW as, for the first time in quite a long time, minus the live reaction videos, the all-in review, I would say also. Was that live? I can't even remember if we're live or not. But we are live right now on YouTube. For the first time since I started doing these occasional AEW State of the Union videos, we're going to be live tonight for a few minutes. Now, I haven't gone live for AEW again in a long time. Like I said, again, we all know AEW is just not in a good spot right now. And, I also feel like it's always been a toxic subject to talk about for a while. But I wanted to go live, because I'm hoping to get a little bit of an audience and get some serious thoughts on a couple of topics that I want to talk about discussing AEW. And again, we are going to cope a little bit about some things as well. There's one thing, though, I do want to praise. Something that I actually have liked regarding AEW. He actually will be topic number 2. As you can see, the 6 topics lined up on the side right here. So tonight, again, for a few minutes, we're going to cope. And then tomorrow, we will do the Raw review. I've been wanting to do this video for weeks. Probably since either before or right after I got back from my business trip a few weeks ago. So, we're going to get started with that. And then we're just going to enjoy the rest of our evenings. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Raw. So, this is the Club of Midnight 3 again. This is my AEW State of the Union address from January of 2025. We're going to talk about, again, 6 things that have been kind of topics for the beginning of the year for AEW. And all I can say is so far, it feels like same old for what we got in 2024. A year that had many great pay-per-views. But again, storytelling is just gone. This company is basically, as people have been saying it for the longest time, Tony Khan's sandbox. He plays with the toys he enjoys, and then when he gets tired of them, he puts them away. And there's people like Ricky Starks, Ray Phoenix, maybe Wardlow too, who knows, that he's literally just holding on to as long as he can without doing anything with them until their contracts expire, rather than just letting them go and moving on from there. But that's not the case we got here. We have 2 people. One apparently looks to be gone. Another one could be gone. Someone who seems to be teasing a world title shot that I have absolutely no interest in. Again, one thing I really like, a rumor match I heard for AEW Grand Slam, but I don't think it's happening. And like I said, again, we are going to cope with all this. We will cope with them. We will cope with the rated R Rah-Rah Star. You know I don't want to diss on him. But I'm going to disagree on a decision he's recently made. But let's check the live chat before you start. We got Tyler here in the live chat saying, what the hell is going on with AEW? I just stopped after Jericho won the Ring of Honor title again. That's when I say I'm done. And I don't blame you, for sure. They put the Ring of Honor title on Jericho. First off, nobody gives a shit about Ring of Honor. I'm sorry, Tony, no matter how much you tried, we don't care about Ring of Honor. And constantly having your Ring of Honor titles on AEW is not going to help. I play with my toys on YouTube for WECW. I just uploaded. Now you should see. Nice. Thank you for Tyler for your thoughts in the live chat. I got a message on Instagram from Robbie. Crap. Hold on, let me reply back to him and let him know. Crap, I'm live now. But maybe he'll stop on the live chat for a bit. But I'm gonna get rolling because I did promise my wife I wouldn't take too long down here. But let's talk about a couple of these topics really quick here. So the first one, because I don't think it's happening, but it was surfacing on the internet for a little bit around the time when the Death Riders teamed up with the Learning Tree. I hate that gimmick so much. On Collision. Which, first off, that made absolutely no sense. Which, again, the Death Riders still make absolutely no sense. Because they're literally just taking over AEW just because. No rhyme or reason, just taking over. Again, I have given up with the fact that Shane McMahon is coming to AEW. I've given up with that. It's been way too long. At this point, even if he does show up, I don't give a damn. I really don't give a damn. But I read a rumor on Twitter. And although I have literally no interest in AEW Grand Slam at all right now, and I doubt I'm going to make any time to watch it, there was rumors around the time they had those two teams team up, which again made absolutely no sense, because why would a team that's taking over the company would be open to teaming up with someone else for no rhyme or reason? Even though they're both heel teams, it makes no sense. But there was a rumor that the main event for AEW Grand Slam in Australia was supposed to be Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho in a title unification match. Thank God I don't think it's happening. I think we are still going to be getting Jon Moxley and Adam Copeland. I'm sorry, Cope! We'll talk about that one soon. But thank God that match is not happening. I'm sorry. Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley have had some good matches in the past. I still would say my favorite one they've had is that match for the world title on Dynamite in 2022. That, I would say, has probably been their best match. But again, right now, with these gimmicks, Chris Jericho by far is having the worst run of his career with this Learning Tree gimmick. It sucks. It's doing nothing for anyone. It's doing nothing for Big Bill, and I haven't even given a single damn about Brian Keith from the beginning. I really haven't. Nothing is making me appreciate this gimmick whatsoever. It's not funny. It's just Jericho at his worst. Like, I still think Jericho's one of the best of all time. But seeing this gimmick make me feel either he's overstaying his welcome or he doesn't have what it takes anymore. And Jon Moxley with this Death Riders gimmick. Oh my gosh. Freaking death. And the freaking doorbell rang. Of course. I was waiting for a Walmart order to come and it was, dang it. I'm sorry, guys. Hang on one second. Sorry. Hang on. and that totally backfired. Sorry about that, guys. Again, we're waiting for a Walmart delivery order, and it was nowhere close to being delivered, and then I go live, and then boom, it's there. But I'm going to be here and do the video quick. But anyways, but yes, point being said, though, is Jon Moxley, especially in this Death Rider storyline, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Again, it's literally just them taking over AEW just because. No rhyme or reason. It's like he woke up one morning and said, I'm going to take over, and that's it. And what baffles me is stuff like that makes no sense is why Jon Moxley wanted to leave WWE. Because everything he was involved with just made absolutely no sense. Nothing was being accomplished. Time was being wasted. How is he okay with this? That kind of head scratched me. How is he okay with this?
Because he's dumb.
Not quite. So, both of these gimmicks going at it for a title unification match, especially if one of them is a championship for a brand that no one absolutely gives a crap about, then this match would have completely shit the bed if they would have gone through with this. Again, thank goodness they didn't, but it would have really, been a horrible mark. I still think they're probably going to do Moxley and Copeland, but I'm just relieved they dodged this bullet. You watch. I'll come back later and say, never mind, the match is happening. They announced on Dynamite because they've only announced 2 matches for Grand Slam, and the show's in 2 weeks. So far, we're getting Toni Storm and Mariah May in a rematch for the AEW Women's title, and we're getting Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. 2 matches that sound solid on paper, but again, right now, I have zero interest in AEW Grand Slam. Zero interest. But that's the first of the 6 topics. The second one I wanted to talk about quickly is one I actually do like. What are your guys' opinion on the heel Ricochet character that AEW's put together? Which, first off, yes, he's still in the shiny new toy category. Tony Khan is probably getting a ton of enjoyment out of what he can get from Ricochet until he gets bored by him, and then he'll probably put him back in the toy box. But it's different for Ricochet. Especially this build for this match with Swerve Strickland, which we're getting tonight on Dynamite in the main event, which should be pretty good. Ricochet doing this villain, super villain character where he kind of has a moniker to him. Coming out in the suit, the glasses, and of course his secret little weapon here is the golden scissors. And doing things trying to get into the head of Swerve, but doing things like showing the last week on Dynamite, whenever Ricochet wrestled AR Fox, Swerve was not allowed to get involved with the match, and so after the match he came out and got involved, and then Ricochet basically threatened Swerve by holding AR Fox hostage, threatening to attack him with the golden scissors. So it's different. Like I said, one thing about Ricochet is that we all know he has the ability in the ring. Of course, it's the character and the microphone skills, though, have definitely always needed work. But I do like the heel gimmick that they're giving him the testing with. I'm not a fan, though, of his whole aha or whatever that laugh is. That sounds kind of forced, a little out of character. You don't need that. Just keep him dangerous, and we'll be good. But I am excited to see this match on Dynamite tonight with the 2 of them, Swerve and Ricochet. Speaking of Ricochet and an old friend of his, Malakai Black apparently is done with AEW. It's been rumored for a while. We were curious ever since he had that moment with Adam Cole after the match they had a few months ago. I moved on from him. And I don't think he's been on TV since. But there have been rumors swirling that his contract's about to expire with AEW. Now, if you remember, I mentioned in my Rumble preview, I was hoping maybe we would see a surprise return from him in the Royal Rumble this past Saturday. But we didn't get it, and I did read rumors like a week or so before that I think his contract doesn't expire for another month or two. But it looks like AEW has already moved on without him because they have Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Julia Hart now coming out calling themselves the Hounds of Hell, saying they no longer need a leader. I am hoping Malakai Black is on his way back to WWE as Aleister Black. Which, first off, if they bring him back, please give me back that old theme song. Root of all evil. Oh, yeah. Nobody's ever truly good. Nobody's ever truly evil. Yes, that song. The song that the moment they played it at, what was it, NXT TakeOver Orlando in 2017, instantly became a fan. Instantly became a fan of that debut match he had against Andrade. It was awesome. But yeah, big loss for Malakai, for AEW, for sure. Big swing and a miss for Tony Khan there. He could have done so much more with Malakai. Malakai should have been a singles champion. And I think the whole time he was in AEW, I think the only title match he ever had, besides when they won the trios titles and did absolutely nothing with them, I think the only other time he had a shot for a title was when he fought Adam Copeland at Double or Nothing last year in that barbed wire steel cage match for the TNT title. He lost, and it's just like they just went in motion with him completely. Like, Malakai Black is excellent in the ring, but he also has like a great mystique of a character as well. And that's an easy main eventer right there, I feel like. But they swung and missed with it. But I am hoping he is, in fact, on his way back to WWE. And I think he will, because I'm pretty sure... Remember when Triple H took over? And there was that story going around where he was trying to contact some people who were in AEW coming back? I think Malakai Black was one of them. Malakai Black is someone that I feel like if Triple H would bring him back, he'd be in great hands. Heck, I always mention this too. There's rumors going around when Paul Heyman was executive director for Monday Night Raw, briefly, and he picked Drew McIntyre as his guy. Aleister Black was his second choice. Aleister Black could have gotten the Drew McIntyre push in 2020 had it not went with Drew. So I think if you bring him back, book him right, put him in the right feuds, we could see another main event star coming back for sure to WWE. So I do hope Aleister does come back to WWE. And again, give him Root of All Evil. Please give him that. But there's that one. Let's do a brief break, check the live chat before we move on to the last three. I think where Tyler says, I can't wait for WWE 2K25 next month for the PS5. Robbie made also in the live chat, he said, Dean Ambrose dropped me into 69 tax, referring to the Ambrose Asylum match. I still think that match was good. I did enjoy that. I know some people say it was long, but I enjoyed it for something different. Do you think if Malakai Black, Aleister returns to WWE, do you think he would be revealed as the master of dark arts to aid Chad Gable against the Luchadors? First off, an Aleister Black and Chad Gable match actually would be pretty fire. But that's actually not a bad idea. It could, because Aleister Black has that like unique Muay Thai style to him and whatnot. That could work though. I like that, Robbie. As always, my friend. You're a genius, Robbie, and that's why we like you. For sure. Tyler's already getting ready to lean into the next topic when he says, Cope, ugh, Edge was a better than ring name. Which that is for sure. And we're going to get into that now. Let's cope for a minute here with Adam Copeland, who made his return after being gone from an injury from that match he had with Malakai back in May at World's End to end the show. Making it obvious, well, him and FTR are now rated FTR. Cool. I know they're all friends in real life. But Adam Copeland is no longer the rated R superstar Adam Copeland in AEW. He is now the rated R superstar Cope. Yeah, that is officially Adam Copeland's name now in AEW. Cope. And you can't fully put all the blame on Tony Khan. And I really, 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 really hate to do this. Because I don't want to talk trash on Adam Copeland. But it was his idea. Because he kept saying the rated R superstar Adam Copeland does sound too long of a name. I can understand. But Cope? I know that's just shortening your last name. But that's still lazy. I mean, I know he said something like, it'd be like a cool moniker to do Jon Moxley versus Adam Copeland, Mox versus Cope. As a nickname, okay, I'll take that. But as an in-ring name, I'm sorry, that sucks. It absolutely sucks. You could have just called him just Copeland or Copenhagen. Not that. I don't know. I don't know what else you could have called him. But Cope? As an actual wrestling name, sucks. I'm sorry, it absolutely sucks. And it just kind of makes him look like a joke. If I'm being honest. It kind of does make him like a laughing point. And I don't want it to be the case because Adam Copeland is a Hall of Famer. One of the best of all time. I respect the hell out of him. He left WWE on great terms, wanted to go to AEW to work with Christian Cage and do some fresh things. I respect that. But Cope? One thing I will give Tony Khan crap for is the fact that he should not have greenlit that. I'm sorry. Again, I get it. He wanted to shorten the name, but it sucks. It doesn't make him look like it makes him sound like a clown. Like they already had him come out months ago, like last year after CM Punk opened up about his experience at AEW. And had him go out there and basically do like a rah-rah AEW speech, like we were getting from Orange Cassidy this past fall. I love AEW. I fight for AEW. So robotic sounding and whatnot, and just, boring promos of people going, rah-rah AEW, rah-rah AEW. That's why I told Robbie and my friends recently. Adam Copeland went from the rated R superstar Edge to the rated R rah-rah star, Cope. Yeah, that's my nickname for Adam Copeland now. I love the guy to death, but I'm sorry. This name he has right now, that ain't rated R. That's rated rah-rah, Cope. I'm sorry. My goodness. It's bad. I'm sorry. I don't like the name. I respect why Adam Copeland wanted to make the change, but I don't like it. Come up with something better. Again, if you want to use Cope as a nickname, okay. But as a wrestling name? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. The last two topics we're going to talk about. First one is Jeff Jarrett. Now, again, you gotta excuse me. I've only been a wrestling fan since 2013. So I don't know a heck of a lot about some of these past legends. But the times I have seen Jeff Jarrett, nothing has made me want to see him go out with like an absolute bang. If I'm being honest. I feel like he's gotten way too much TV time since coming to AEW. And I just don't see what's special about him. But all of a sudden, this year, when Jeff Jarrett signed his final AEW contract, which how long it is for, who knows, maybe just for a year, I don't know. But they signed his final AEW contract, and his goal is to be AEW World Champion. So you're going to tell me, and I don't know which way it's going to go, because he did lose to Claudio last week. But you're going to tell me, there is a chance that the end of this reign with the Death Riders could be ending with, of all people, Jeff Jarrett winning the world title? For what? Who the heck wants to see Jeff Jarrett as world champion in 2025? Apparently, Mr. Hi, I'm Tony Khan wants to see him as world champion. Probably because he's one of his favorites. And probably because he's been a great business accusation for the company. Who the heck wants to see Jeff Jarrett as AEW world champion? Heck, who's going to give him that babyface pop? No. Who's the... I just feel like also, Jeff Jarrett's not someone who can play a babyface. Like, the most babyface thing I think he's done was when he cut that promo about Owen Hart during the Owen Hart Cup. You know what? I'll say this. If you want to give Jeff Jarrett the Owen Hart Cup this year, I'd rather have that than him be AEW World Champion. I'll put it that way. Because this feud he has right now with MJF, I'm sorry, it's horrible. MJF, supposed to be the heel, has so much ammunition in him to still make himself the face. And there was that promo, like, a week or two ago, or even longer than that, on Dynamite, where he basically buried Jeff Jarrett in the ring, spoke so much truth, and there's just no coming back for Jeff Jarrett there. This feud is not making people get babyface sympathy on Jeff Jarrett. He's not someone anyone wants to see be world champion in 2025. Whatever the heck, again, this Death Riders garbage is, nobody wants to see Jeff Jarrett be the hero at the end of the day. It's not gonna work. It's gonna flop. I'm sorry. I'm sure there are plenty of Jeff Jarrett fans out there. But is Jeff Jarrett best for business as AEW World Champion 2025? I don't think so. Again, even though the Death Rider storyline sucks, the person, in my opinion, that needs to dethrone Jon Moxley is Darby Allin. That'd be the right person to dethrone Jon Moxley. Again, just put this Death Rider storylines to bed, pretend it never happened, because it makes no sense. I like all the talent involved in it, but it makes no freaking sense. And again, you're going to get babyface sympathy on all people, Jeff Jarrett, to be a world champion in 2025. Tony Khan, is Jeff Jarrett that special that he needs this? No. He isn't. John Cena winning his 17th world title this year. Yes, I'll take that. Jeff Jarrett winning a world title that has for no rhyme or reason in 2025. No. That doesn't need to happen. So there's that one there. And finally, the last topic I want to talk about tonight is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who apparently could be on her way out of the company as well, and could be heading to WWE, which you all know, if she does leave the company, Triple H is gonna, what do you need, Britt? And get her on the roster. So, apparently, Britt Baker, besides the fact that she's dealt with some health issues the past couple of years, it's become more apparent that there's a lot of people, not just women, a lot of people in the locker room that don't get along with her. Apparently, Britt Baker is a shit stirrer. Apparently, she does start things up. She apparently has had some fallouts with MJF and Alicia Toot. We all know her and Thunder Rosa never got along. Apparently, her and Jamie Hayter had a falling out too. So, because of that, we're never going to get that feud. Because according to Tony Khan, like when CM Punk was there, you had to have both men on opposite sides of the building, could get nowhere close to each other. And again, what's that going to do for your company? It continues to make the drama worse and worse and worse and worse and worse because Tony Khan has absolutely no backbone. And instead of just making people fight out the conflict, he just separates them and they can't talk to each other. That's why we had 2 different shows, Collision and Dynamite, so that some people who don't get along can be on one show and separate them. And again, that's not how you run a business. For crying out loud, Seth Rollins and CM Punk hate each other's guts, yet they're doing incredible stuff right now on Raw. And so, he's going to let Britt Baker go, which is going to be a huge loss for AEW. But again, I kind of can understand, especially, well, if Tony Khan is not going to set the record straight with her, then, if she doesn't want to be there, let her go. She will do good things for WWE if she in fact goes there. But obviously the women there got to keep her in check. They got to make sure she knows she can't be the mean girl there and be like, like the leader of the clique. No. There's women there I know that will put Britt Baker in her place. If she in fact is like the drama starter that apparently she is. But that would be a huge loss for AEW. Like, losing Britt Baker would probably be as bad as when they lost Cody Rhodes. Britt Baker is the first female wrestler AEW signed. And like her or not, she's been the face of this AEW women's division its entire existence. Just like Cody Rhodes was like the founder and the face of AEW when he was around. Losing him was definitely one of the biggest things that's hurt the company, in my opinion. I could argue it may have been the thing that started the downfall for AEW. There are 3 moments for AEW, I think, that obviously sent them in a different direction. When Cody left, when Vince first retired, and Brawl Out in 2022. So, what do you guys think of all of those? Those are my 6 topics I want to discuss for AEW very briefly. We coped. We ranted about Jeff Jarrett. We talked about Malakai Black and Britt Baker possibly leaving. Bree talked about why I do like the Ricochet character. And the rumored main event for Grand Slam that doesn't look like it's happening. So, before I go, let's check the live chat and see what we got here. Why on the Dead Man's Hell is Jeff Jarrett a world title in 2025? I said the same exact thing. Robbie says, Cope the Clown. Oh god, I just pictured it. Oh no! Shoot! No. Adam Copeland dressed up as a clown. Cope the Clown, god. If Vince was still in charge, oh god, he would definitely make that happen. Oh, jeez. Cope just made the list, yes. WWE reference right here, but I give Austin Theory props for calling Otis and Akira Tozawa Timon and Pumbaa. Yes, that is true. No respect to Jeff Jarrett, but in TNA during his world title reign, he had the equivalent of Triple H's reign of terror in WWE. Just look it up online. Exactly, yes. Like, is he that big of a deal that he has to have this Cinderella storyline? That obviously he was not meant for that part. Britt returning last year was a waste with that match at All In last summer. It should have been a great match, but then she got herself suspended, which that hurt the feud and kind of hurt the match too. Is it the worst match I've seen? No, but huge disappointment for sure. How bad has it gotten for MJF to go from his feud with Adam Cole to a feud with Jeff Jarrett? Why isn't Max going after the world title again? Exactly. And the thing again is that still bothers me is, yes, they turn MJF heel. Yes, that's where he thrives. He still has so much ammunition, as I said before, in the tank that makes him the babyface. Like, that's why the second half of this Adam Cole and MJF feud flopped, is because MJF lost the title because of Adam Cole. He had to get his revenge on Adam Cole. But then they tried to flip-flop it, and they have Adam Cole being a babyface going, Max is a big old meanie, and I want to beat him up. That's basically all the storyline was. It couldn't be saved. You had to have left them in the correct dynamics for that feud. So again, because of that, that's why that promo that MJF had on Jeff Jarrett a few weeks ago didn't help Jeff Jarrett at all, because everything MJF said was true. He has a reason to get a world title rematch. He has a reason to want to get his revenge. And Jeff Jarrett has no reason to fight for the world title. Nothing. My wife, we love Jeff Jarrett. You have bad taste. No, I don't. No, I don't. Cena has more of a compelling story behind his final world title pursuit compared to Jeff Jarrett. Exactly. And that's why I think Cena will get there by winning the Elimination Chamber. Which I got to still do my Chamber card predictions as well. Hopefully I'll get that done over the weekend maybe. We'll see. Punk was the last needle mover for AEW. Yes, T and Couponer, definitely for sure. Thanks for joining us. And my wife's calling Ricochet Ricochet. All her nicknames she has for wrestlers. Could these alleged accusations of backstage drama cause Triple H and WWE to stray away from signing Britt Baker to the company? It could. I mean, if she chooses not to behave or cooperate, then yeah, definitely. But, it could. But, of course, if she's able to do business, I'm sure they will grab her right away. Jeff Jarrett is not AJ Styles for a world title. Yes, exactly. I'd rather see AJ Styles, of course, get another world title run than Jeff Jarrett. AJ Styles was the true face of TNA, not Jeff Jarrett. I still say Liv and Nia Crown Jewel is his worst match of the year last year. Not mine. It definitely is on my top 10 list for worst match of 2024, but it's not my worst match of the year. Let me see here. I missed this comment by TNQ Bar. I'm waiting on Shop AW for Ricochet toilet paper. Oh, God. That'd be hilarious, yes. Mike, you mean Adam Coleslaw. Adam Coleslaw. Adam Coleslaw, baby! Adam Cole is now downhill after he turned on MJF. Exactly. Exactly. Like again, I think they tried to do too much with him while he was injured, and it just wasn't going to work. They had no timetable for his return, so it just wasn't going to work. And now that you switch the dynamics when they were both healthy, it completely flopped. Yes, for sure. And Tyler agrees AJ was TNA. That's why with this crossover, maybe AJ Styles get one match in last match of TNA before he retires. But we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm going to cut it right here, guys. Thank you again for letting me come here and just briefly discuss these 6 topics and cope with the fact that AEW is still same old here in 2025 so far. But the good news is we at least have a great match with Ricochet and Swerve to look forward to tonight. So I will watch that. But other than that, I'm not going to care. And I definitely want to see this Jeff Jarrett push just end. Please. But what are you guys' thoughts on these topics discussed about tonight? Leave your guys' thoughts down in the comments section below. I will be live tomorrow night for my live review of Monday Night Raw. But I wanted to get this video done because I've been wanting to do this video for weeks. Slap a like on the video, subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well, The Club with the Man 93. You also may follow me on Instagram at The Club with the Man 1993. Make sure you guys follow me on both social media platforms. And again, I do have a TikTok, but again, kind of taking a break from it. And yeah, that's going to do it, guys. So until then, guys, I'm checking out. Until the next time we do a State of the Union for AEW, I'll catch you guys all later. And do not forget, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself. And that is not just an opinion, my friends. That is a fact of life with the rated R Raw star Adam Copeland. Or I'm sorry, just Cope. But it's still not just an opinion, my friends. It's still a fact of life. Yeah!